Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of the 411. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody that logged on and watched last week as well. I'm going to show you where you can find our archives of, actually, this is only the second one, so the two 411 videos that have been created. These are some quick videos. They're going to show you ways that you can fine-tune your Schoology accounts, as well as look forward with performance matters and get ready for next school year. So right here is the website where all of the 411s will be kept. You can either go to this website here, or you can go to bit.ly/TL411. So that's a quick link right there, and you'll get this in your email, and it's on this intranet where everything else you can find as well. So you should be able to find it pretty easily. And again, every week we're going to have some quick and easy ways to get ready. We're going to timestamp everything, so it's a resource you can come back to. So like I said, Eric Folks, our Assistant Director of Instructional Technology, is joining us this week to talk about Schoology resources. So before the end of this school year, or before you leave for summer, you're going to want to add your courses and a lot of your material that you're going to want for next year. You're going to want to add that to your resource section. So when you get back for next school year, you're able to add all that to your new courses and save a ton of time, and it's going to be very efficient for you. So we want you to make sure you look at that and take advantage of some of the great things about having a learning management system like we do. This week on the post, we're also going to share some updates that are coming to Google Meet. That you might see in the next couple of weeks. Google rolls things out kind of in an ongoing basis. So you might see it, you might not, but wanted to give you a heads up about some view changes. Nothing major, just the look and feel is going to change a little bit. So thank you again for joining us. We'll be back again next week for more updates before the end of the school year, things we want you to get done. And thank you again for everything you're doing. And now I'm going to turn it over to Eric to take the rest of the way.
Hello. Welcome to week 2 of the 411. This week for Schoology, we're focusing on how we can work smarter, not harder, by saving materials we've created this year to potentially reuse them in next year's courses. The process is pretty simple, and Schoology provides good documentation that can be found in their support section by searching End of Year Guide for Instructors. This case-sensitive URL will also take you straight to the article. Before we get to the nitty-gritty, one clarification on semester exams based on feedback from last week's 411. While the recommendation is to use Eduphoria for semester exams, Schoology assessments can be used too, provided you follow the guidelines in last week's 411 and you're aware Schoology assessments can't be accessed by students once the course is archived. Furthermore, Schoology assessments aren't going anywhere next year, even with the addition of Performance Matters. Teachers will be able to use both. Now let's do a live demo to illustrate how the saving and importing of course materials works and take a closer look at Google-based assignments in particular. So I've got 2 sandbox courses set up. This first one, Folk Sandbox number 1, has a nested tree of assignments and materials you can see right here, including a test assignment with Google Drive. I have the ability to save these materials individually from the settings cog, save to resources. I also have the ability under options to save the entire course to resources. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I've got a landing area created in my resources. So I'm going to go to resources, and under this home folder, I'm going to create a new folder. And now I've got that folder in there. So when I go back to my course, and I go, in this case, to save the entire course to resources, it's going to ask me from my home collection which folder I want to save it in. So here I'm going to choose the folder I just created and submit. It'll take a little bit of time depending on how large your course is. Now I'm going to go to another course that I've got. This is Sandbox number 1. This is Sandbox number 2. So I'm going to import from resources, and I'm going to pull in this entire Sandbox course that I just saved. Just click import this time. And now you can see it's pulled in all of my directory and all of my nested folders, my assignment, including my test assignment with Google Drive. All of these are pretty straightforward, except for the test assignments with Google Drive. If I go back to my Sandbox course and click on Google Drive, you can see I've got this test drive assignment that's been attached to it. But if I go to Sandbox number 2, where I've just imported that same exact assignment, you can see nothing shows up right here when I click on it. Likewise, for a student, this is a incognito browser with a student in it, and the students are going to see the same thing when they click on Test Assignment with Google Drive. Nothing shows up because I have not created a new Google Doc for that particular copied assignment that utilizes a Google resource. So I'm going to click from the little settings cog and click Edit. And then I'm going to pull in a Google Drive assignment. I've selected it and attached it. I've re-added the Google Drive assignment that I want to this particular assignment. So now when I click Save, whether I click on it as a teacher and see what it looks like from a teacher perspective, or I go over as a student and I refresh as a student, now I see the ability to actually work with that Google Drive assignment. You can save individual items or entire courses to My Resources, and when you import into next year's courses, you can import individual items or multiple items. You can even save your items to My Resources from an archived course. The choice and timing is yours. What you won't want to do, however, is build everything from scratch next year. The ease with which you can copy, tweak, and improve and utilize digital resources from year to year is a huge advantage to an LMS, and one we hope you will utilize to make your job easier as a teacher. Thank you, and have a great day.